Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. Today, we're diving into why the once booming electric vehicle market is hitting the brakes. According to the latest studies, not only are EV sales slowing down, but interest among potential buyers is also cooling. J.D. Power reports that only 24% of shoppers are likely to consider purchasing an EV, a significant drop from last year. Here are 9 reasons why the EV market is shifting gears. Reason number 9. EV battery degradation, a growing concern. Battery degradation is a critical concern for EV buyers. Studies show that EVs lose about 20% of their range after 5 years, deterring long-term owners. External factors like extreme temperatures and high-speed driving worsen this issue. A 2024 ICCT report highlights that battery replacement costs can reach tens of thousands of dollars, making EVs financially impractical. This degradation also impacts resale value, making EVs less attractive than ICE vehicles. Despite efforts to improve battery technology, significant breakthroughs are still needed. The fear of battery degradation remains a major barrier to widespread EV adoption. Reason number 8. Hybrids, a more affordable alternative. One major reason for the declining interest in EVs is the rise of hybrid vehicles. Hybrids offer a feel-good factor for environmentally conscious buyers and are often cheaper than gas-only cars. Classic hybrids, not plug-ins, are among the most reliable vehicles available. This reliability, combined with affordability, has driven hybrid sales up 64% last year and 70% in the first quarter of this year. Hybrids now make up 9% of the US market and are expected to keep growing. In contrast, EV sales dropped 15% in the first quarter compared to the previous quarter. Reason number 7. Running costs, not as low as expected. We've often heard that EVs are cheaper to run, but that's not always true. While home charging is cheaper, it adds only 30 to 40 miles overnight, forcing owners to use costly public chargers. EVs often end up more expensive than gas cars in various ways. Insurance premiums are higher, and repair costs are significant due to specialized components and a lack of trained personnel. High interest rates and inflation also add to the costs. Meanwhile, dropping fuel prices reduce the incentive for customers to switch from their reliable gas-only vehicles. Reason number 6. Reliability, not as promised. In the early days of EV enthusiasm, experts touted their reliability due to fewer parts compared to internal combustion engines. However, years of mass EV usage have shown a different reality. According to a recent Consumer Reports study, EVs have proven to be less reliable than anticipated, causing 80% of reported problems. The issues mainly stem from high-tech systems, battery integration, and software, rather than mechanical components. Even infotainment systems and build quality have been problematic, as manufacturers cut costs to manage the high production expenses of battery electric vehicles. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Reason number 5. EVs as secondary vehicles. The J.D. Power survey indicates that 68% of shoppers considering an additional vehicle are open to EVs, while primary vehicle seekers show less interest at 47%. EVs are predominantly viewed as secondary vehicles favored by affluent households, which drove early market growth. However, as these early adopters diminish, EV manufacturers struggle to attract middle-class buyers. The Boston Consulting Group highlights consumer demand for sub-$50,000 EVs, with over 300 miles of range and 20-minute recharge times. Currently, only one EV meets these criteria, underscoring a significant gap in meeting consumer expectations and hindering broader EV adoption. Reason number 4. Range anxiety. Before the advent of electric cars, range anxiety wasn't a concern. Today, it's a worry for every EV owner, regardless of the vehicle's range. According to the J.D. Power survey, these anxieties are most pronounced among high-mileage drivers. For instance, only 24% of those commuting 46 to 60 minutes daily are very likely to consider an EV, a steep 13% drop from last year. Electric cars still struggle to meet the needs of most drivers, often failing to surpass 300 miles on a single charge. Factors like weather and usage further impact real-world range, highlighting ongoing challenges for EV adoption. Reason number 3, charging infrastructure. Skepticism towards electric cars is rising, driven by concerns over charging infrastructure. Among those unlikely to consider an EV, 52% cite these issues, a 3% increase from last year. Clean Technica reports that 70% returning to ICE cars do so due to charging problems. Even in developed areas like California, complaints about insufficient fast chargers and their reliability persist. Studies reveal 1 in 5 charging attempts in San Francisco Bay failed last year. In less developed areas, accessing public chargers means long drives. For many, home charging isn't an option due to apartment living or lack of a garage, exacerbating EV adoption challenges. Reason number 2, high costs. Despite recent discounts, EVs remain expensive compared to conventional cars. The average transaction price for an EV was nearly $53,000 last year, compared to $42,000 for gas-powered cars. This price gap, although narrowing, is still significant, particularly for Gen Z and Gen Y buyers who were expected to be the fastest adopters. Interest among younger generations is waning, with only 24% of Gen Z and 33% of Gen Y shoppers likely to consider an EV, a drop of 2% and 5% respectively from last year. This decline reflects the high costs and affordability concerns among younger, environmentally conscious buyers. Reason number 1, limited model variety. The limited variety of EV models is a major reason for declining interest. In 2024, the market is skewed towards luxury or compact cars, leaving few options in between. Families seeking affordable electric SUVs find limited choices, with models like the Tesla Model Y and Ford Mustang Mach-E priced at a premium. Compact EVs like the Nissan Leaf lack space for larger families. The absence of electric trucks and minivans further restricts options. Global availability issues, inventory shortages, and long waiting lists compound the problem, pushing buyers towards traditional ICE vehicles and hybrids. Until EV manufacturers offer more diverse and practical models at various price points, widespread adoption will remain a challenge. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit to stay updated on the latest vehicle news and upcoming videos. See you next time.